I'm Harry Shepherd for XTV News, and I'm here at Stepcote Hill, which is a location on Exeter's very own Monopoly board. And we're here at the launch today, and it is at the Stepcote Hills Hall by the quay. And we are going to find out a little bit more about the board, what's going to be on there. So we've got things like the library, Exeter Chiefs, the university itself. We're going to find out a little bit more about the board. So what's going to be where, and we're going to meet a few special guests, and we're going to see whether we can get a few words out of the man himself, Mr. Monopoly.
Thank you, everybody. When we first came to Exeter, they said that the city was too posh to have an Old Kent Road. Now, that is the Old Kent Road. We're here now, and it is the oldest road in Exeter, we are told. And I would say it's more than posh, and we're absolutely delighted to Alex at the Hall for inviting us here today. So thank you very much, Alex.
Stepcote Hill is kind of very hidden away in Exeter, isn't it? So could you kind of give us a brief description of kind of where it is in relation to kind of the well-known landmarks in Exeter?
Well, geographically speaking, if you imagine before Exeter was here at all, people used to arrive at the quay, and if you imagine getting off at the quay in a wooden canoe and getting to the highest spot, which is at the castle, Stepcote Hill would have been that direct route. So even before the Romans were here, there was a road going from the quay to the very highest spot, and it's been the main road into the city for over 2,000 years. So yeah, if you go round the back of the quay, you'll see the cobbled road. It's now severed by the dual carriageway, and then it carries on up into the city to the top of 4th Street, basically.
I should be very careful what to say here, because we have somebody from Exeter Library, and one of the cards says, you find an Exeter library book that you haven't renewed for over a month, pay a fine of $50 Monopoly.
Whereabouts are Exeter Library on the board?
We are one of the yellow squares, so equivalent, I hope, to Leicester Square in London.
So about in the middle, would you say?
Middling range.
Okay. What are the benefits of you kind of being on the board?
I think it certainly raises our profile. There's going to be a lot of promotion surrounding the board as a whole, and to be part of that is just a huge advantage to everyone on the square, but particularly I think for Exeter Library.
So you think it'd be good to kind of get people excited about the library and get more people kind of visiting and getting some books out?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of people still think that the library is a very old-fashioned place to be, and it really isn't. We've had a lot of money spent on our refurbishment, and you have to see it to believe it. It's a really fantastic community space now. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what you've done with the library to kind of bring it into the 21st century?
Absolutely. Well, we had a huge renovation. £4.1 million was spent on it, and the entire inside of the building was completely remodelled. So it is now a space that is fit for purpose in the 21st century. So it is a lot more inviting to a much wider range of people in the community.
Just flown in from London. Oh my word, turn around. What a treat. Who's this guy? Wow. So thank you, Mr. Monopoly.
And I've got a very, very special guest here with me today. I'm so excited. I've got so many questions to ask Mr. Monopoly. How are you doing, Mr. Monopoly? Good.
Okay, so Mr. Monopoly, does the money go in the middle of the board, or is that a myth? Oh, a myth. Okay.
Mr. Monopoly, if you're in jail, can you collect rent?
Oh my word. Are you sure, Mr. Monopoly? That's the first animation I've seen. It's not in his hand.
Mr. Monopoly, if you land on go, do you get £400?
Oh my word.
Do you answer anything other than like a thumbs up or thumbs down? No? Okay. Well, thanks very much for talking to us, Mr. Monopoly. What was your role in kind of putting this together? Did you have a kind of a part in it?
Well, when Monopoly announced that they wanted to do a number of regional variations of the board to celebrate their anniversary, there was a competition in the southwest to see which area got their own Monopoly boards, and there are a number of other cities and towns who are bidding for it. So the council had a big role in promoting that and making sure that Exeter got the most bids to win.
Okay, so what did you do? What did you do to make sure that it was Exeter that won out of the cities in the southwest?
Well, I don't think the council can take the full credit for that. We promoted it as much as we could, but I think just the excitement and the enthusiasm and the passion of people for the city meant that we were able to get more votes.
Okay, so speaking of playing Monopoly, how about personally? How do you play Monopoly? Are you kind of a stealthy player in the background, or are you kind of, are you a bit of a cheat, or how do you play?
I have to be honest, I'm one of those players who starts out incredibly keen. Somewhere along the line, I stop paying attention, make a terrible mistake, and blow it all.
Some people are saying, should the cathedral go into that ultra expensive spot in the bottom corner? And we thought, actually, it's about pricelessness. It's actually about holding the memory of the city in some respects. And so it's a priceless spot rather than an expensive spot. But anyway, we're delighted with the whole thing. And thank you very much for sorting it. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the launch of Exeter's very own Monopoly board. We've met some great people and learned a little bit more about the city too. But then also, big plus, we got some free stuff. This is the board itself, and so you can go and pick that up in all good retailers, or you could come to our next social, which is definitely going to be a Monopoly social. So but in the meantime, I think we're going to go back to the office and have a quick game. So I've been Harry Shepherd, and this has been XTV News.